All right, everyone. I'm back. I'm back with the Lego Street, building this set. Now, confession before we get started. Thank you to everyone who has joined in. My favorite tank enthusiast out here already. Let me pull up the chat so I have it right next to me. But we're getting started on a brand new stream. I hope everyone can hear everything. Yes, the Discord server is pretty dead. That's my bad. I have not been on it a lot lately. There's a lot going on, but things are a little bit better. I'm going to start using the Discord more often. So I feel you. I get it. But we'll make it better. Promise. Well, hopefully. Fingers crossed that will make it better. Let me pull up the stream here real quick. And then I should be able to see all of the comments through right here. If not, then I have to look over there. And comments are too much for me. But if I can just pull them up right here, or if my iPad will not be stupid, then we can get started. But today we're going to be building the Coruscant Guard gunship. That's basically 2 years old at this point. But I actually have never built it before. I have a confession, though. If you guys have seen some of my videos in the past, you probably know that this has been featured. Not the actual Coruscant Guard gunship itself, but some figures in here. Just one. Commander Fox. I took him out sometime last year. So one of the bags is open in here with a missing Commander Fox. And I have him behind me somewhere in a giant bag of figures. But we're getting started. This is gonna be a huge build, so come in, hang out, spend some time. Our welcome back stream. Let's see. So first we gotta make sure that we got the right bags. Everything's going good. You're gonna be buying. Yeah, this set is retiring soon. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure that I at least built it, because I don't want it to be gone. But there's a couple sets retiring this year that I'm like, dang, I really don't want to miss those. But you can't buy them all, right? Unless you're sponsored by Lego, but I'm not. All right, so we got clones, bags. I'm gonna throw all the bags on the floor, and we'll search through them when we get there. And this one's the one that's open. I think this is bag number 4. Actually, I don't know which one I opened. 2? Looks like bag number 2 I opened. That had Commander Fox in it. So we're not going to build Commander Fox this time. I feel like rather than keeping this set around, even though I love it, it's an awesome set, and I hope that everyone that wants it will be able to get it. I'm fine with it retiring. I just want something different. Not necessarily like... I think it's good for Lego to keep a gunship on shelves, at least for a good while. This one's gone on pretty heavy discount at times. Like, I think regular price is around $130 to $150. It kind of depends on where you're buying it from. But I've seen it go as low as $111 right now, like at Target. So, you didn't buy the ATTE, you missed out on that one. That one for sure, even just for Commander Cody. But I feel like I still see that on shelves sometimes. Maybe not. Oh, we lost a piece. All right, everyone. So I'm going to have my instructions down here. Actually, we're going to do the instructions on top right here, and I'll build down below. So hopefully you guys will be able to see that pretty darn well. But if not, let me know. Let me know in the comments too if any of you guys are hearing the sound, if everything sounds okay. This is my first stream in this new place, so it's a little bit different than what I'm used to, and not exactly what I envisioned for what was going to be happening today. I have this app called Epic Cam. It's by Elgato, and I used to use it for my streams. It's the way I connected my phone. If you can't tell, I have 2 cameras, so I would use my phone and then my camera that I use for regular video recording to actually make everything happen with 2 different cameras. Sometimes I would just use my phone if that was easier. But Elgato, being the fantastic company that they are, they discontinued the app that I paid for. So I didn't get a refund, and I had to try something new. So hopefully this works out, but in the future I'll find a more permanent solution. Yeah, you got that ATTE, man. If only you got it. It's such a good set. I have it sitting in collecting dust right now, but that one was a good one just for that Commander Cody, I think. But first minifigure of the day, we've got, which one should I could show it to this camera. Classic Padme. Padme from the Clone Wars. I've actually never had a Padme figure before. Not that I remember, at least. So that's awesome. Padme's going to go right there. We can see that. Nice. Then we can get started on the actual build. The bigger Star Destroyer set, I don't know if you're talking about the one from like years ago, but no, I don't have any Star Destroyers actually. I really wanted the UCS Star Destroyer from, what was that, like 2019, but I didn't buy it because I didn't have enough money and it was too expensive. And that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. That's how you got to do with Lego. Sometimes it's just too much and you can't buy it, but that's okay. And today, if you guys are wondering, I'm setting a goal right now for 5 super chats. This is a goal that I all right, confession, I made a stream earlier and I messed it up, and so this is a second stream that actually started streaming to the wrong thing. But if we get 5 super chats, I will do a Q&A with just questions from you guys here. So I will host a Q&A from just questions from here on the stream over on an actual full-length video. And I'll post some shorts about it too. But that's going to be if we get 5 super chats within the next 2 hours while we're streaming here. Hopefully that happens. If not, that's okay, though. We're just here for a good time. And hopefully a Q&A later on. Only your questions next week. And that is the goal that we just started. Sweet. That's not too bad. Okay. The Mandalorian one. The Mandalorian one. I think you're talking about that. The one with Moff Gideon? That. I don't know what that set's called. Technically, it's not a Star Destroyer. It's like a... it's a small star or something. I don't know. But that one was a good set. I never bought that either. I regret not going out and getting that, but that's a good one. It's pretty solid. I'm like 90% sure that this goes right here. Fingers crossed that that actually works. Yeah, the Moff Gideon one's pretty good. This new setup looks super clean. Thank you, Mr. Tank Enthusiast. I appreciate it. Yeah, I tried really hard to make it good. It's not gonna be. Sorry, a little bit of cough here. The move did wonders to me. It's not going to be permanent for me. It's going to be the setup for at least the next, like, maybe 2 to 3 months. But in the future, it'll be similar to this. And actually, I missed one thing. If you guys remember, I made a video with this lightsaber a long time ago. Nice. So I use that lightsaber as a light, and because it looks cool, it's Lego. And I have my blue light coming in, which makes everything red and blue, which is pretty sweet. All right. Let's keep going here on the build. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate the kind comments of the setup. It's definitely... Oh, I put these on too early. Oh, well. Okay, there we go. It's definitely a work in progress. I think there's a couple things that I would maybe want to change in the future, but I needed to get it set up and ready to go because I haven't posted in a long time. Giselle, my moderator, thank you for joining the stream. Imperial Light Cruiser, that's it. Soccer man. I don't know how to say your whole name. Socceredits? I'm just going to call you Soccer Man, if that's okay. Yeah, the Imperial Light Cruiser. So it's like not a Star Destroyer, but it's basically the same thing, just smaller. Yeah, that one was a good set. Pretty positive on that one. And it did have that Darksaber, but it had, I think, the older version of the Darksaber where it was just a black, like, pole, or I guess a black lightsaber piece, versus having the new, whatever it's called, the, like, blade piece that has a sharper end. Honestly, I think they both look fine, but that is cool, though. We're just building up the small little, the innards the inward parts of this set. The very base, I'm thinking, to make it sturdy and strong. Now, there are a few things to note about the set, which I already know about. Soccer edits. Oh, duh. Soccer edits. Duh. I should have read that better. Soccer edits. All right. Nice. I like the name. That's a good name. All right. If you guys can't tell already, although I have been building Lego for many years, I have a hard time following the instructions. Not necessarily that it's like hard for me to build, but sometimes I just look ahead and I start building what's ahead, and then I'm like, wait, I forgot something. So if that happens, let me know in the stream. Giselle, I'm glad you like the dual camera setup. Hopefully it will stay active. I have to keep my phone plugged in and my camera at the same time, and it might be drawing a lot of power. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. All right. Let's see. This goes down here at the bottom. Thankfully, the set is like, what, 11 plus or something? So it's a little bit easier than the UCS something that I just built a few days ago, which you guys will be able to see next week on a review, but I can't tell you what it is yet because it's a surprise. But that's going to be a good one. That was a fantastic set that I built a few days ago. It took the entire day to build this UCS set, but it was 100% worth it. It's going to be awesome. Great review, and it looks so good. I'm staring at it. It's right behind the camera right now. I'm staring at it right now. It's beautiful. The minifigures, the whole set, love it. Seeing the Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader set made a custom damage helmet. That's pretty cool. I've only ever made a few customs of things, but I'm not very good at painting, at least not on figures. So I have drawn on them with a Sharpie, like we all have done, right? But that Darth Vader Obi-Wan set, I never bought either. It was cool. I thought it was fine. It wasn't very appealing to me, because for me it was just kind of I know that everyone said this, but it was just a big base plate, really, with some figures. I should have bought it on sale. I probably would have enjoyed it on sale. And I liked the Obi-Wan minifigure in it. It's unique, and we'll probably never see it again because that show wasn't super popular. I mean, it was popular, but popularly hated on also. Yeah, because the UCS AT-AT did retire, if that's what you're talking about. Oh, you sanded down the helmet. That's impressive. I don't think I could. If I started sanding down a Lego helmet, I would hurt myself, like mentally, because of how bad that job would be. But that's cool that you made it look damaged. I mean, accurate, right? Lego should make a piece like that. I think they have. I know in the past they've done like a damaged Darth Vader with. I used to have it actually, and I got rid of it because I made poor choices. But they used to have a damaged Darth Vader figure a long time ago, and I feel like with the Obi-Wan show, that would have been a good opportunity for them to do it again. But they only made like what, 2 sets from that show. But yeah, that figure's nice. We liked it. All right, there we go with our first little piece in there. Our first setup. It's looking solid, not too shabby. Guys, I have a question in the chat. I don't know if I can set a poll on here. I don't think I can, but I can chat. I can do a poll on my computer though. But I would love to know with you guys if you'd like to see me gaming on the channel again. More so, if anything, like what games you'd want to see me play here on stream, and maybe as full videos. I'm thinking about doing Battlefront 2 because I have been playing it a little bit, the OG version, not the new released one. But I have thoroughly enjoyed playing it, and I would want to stream that, but it's a little bit complicated. But if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I need your input so I can make good videos. The sister, yeah, it was the sisters or siblings of Darth Maul. Second set with the exclusive Obi-Wan. It had, if I remember correctly from the Obi-Wan show specifically, it was like the ship, the black ship. I don't remember what it was called. Something like that. All right, pieces going on. It's our first little tower. The gunships are always a pretty fun build, I'd say. This one's a good one. Look at that. Nice. They need to make a set with 100 or more clone troopers, if ever. Lego would never. That would be cool, though. I think I just did that accidentally. Probably, yeah, okay, it's going to be the other one. I should have known. See? I pre-build, but then it's the right thing. I think that Lego will update the clones eventually. But I don't know if they're ever going to make a set that has a ton of clone troopers like they did with that clone trooper box thing from, I think that was probably in 2008 or 2009. Maybe even later, but with all the other ones. Yeah. It's been a minute. For gaming live stream, what if you did one where you play with us subscribers? That would be fun. What games would everyone want to play? Because, like, I wouldn't want to play, unless, this was a consensus, but I wouldn't want to play one that's paid, because then I wouldn't want anyone to feel like they have to pay to come play. But at the same time, that would definitely get everyone involved, which would be good. And there aren't a ton of free games out there, but I'm like, oh, that's really fun. I'm not a huge Fortnite person. I used to be. Battlefront 2 would be way fun. I don't know how I set that up online with everybody, but I'm sure I could figure it out. But it'd be a PC thing, so I guess you'd have to have a PC in order to participate. And we need to get, if we played Battlefront 2, I think we could play with bots, because I don't know if we would get the entire lobby full, but we could get enough full to where it would be fun, I think, and have a chat going and all that stuff. Maybe, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I'll write that down and I'll let you know. But Battlefront 2 would be fun. I think they took the Family Guy helmet in the Stormtroopers. I've complained about the Stormtrooper helmet in the past. I'm done. I'm done caring about it. I hopefully they make something new again. I don't love the design. I agree that it kind of looks like Family Guy. It's a little like the only thing I don't really like about it at all, like that I can't find any merit with, is the fact that the helmet doesn't twist at all on the head. It is stuck in place. And I feel like from Lego's standpoint, if you want it to be something that kids play with, or adults, I don't judge, then it should be something that can move, right? That can twist at least a little bit. The old helmets would twist tiny bit. They got stuck. And that's kind of just the way that Stormtroopers are designed, like in the movies or for example, like you can see their chin goes down like that. But it doesn't go down so far that they can't move their heads, right? So I feel like I agree with you. It should be changed eventually. War Thunder, free to play, easy to play, grind some vehicles. It's iffy, but the game overall. I never heard of War Thunder. Yeah, soccer edits. You can't move its head, which is the worst. That's the worst part. And I put this on wrong. I've never heard of War Thunder, but I would consider playing War Thunder if that was something that everyone else wanted to do. Where do you play that? Is that on Steam? I'm assuming it's on Steam. Because that's probably where I'd have to play it. I also have, but I don't have Nintendo Online. I was going to say I have Nintendo games. Like we could play Mario Party with a couple, like people at a time. That would be really fun. But I don't have Nintendo Online, and I'm not going to buy the Switch 2. So that one might be a little far-fetched for us. I don't know. We could see. We could see how that goes in the future. But War Thunder would be interesting. I would also consider playing Halo. It's just been a really long time since I've played Halo. And I'm kind of a little bored of Halo. Halo is an awesome game, and it was, especially when Bungie was doing it, making it awesome. But I don't really like Halo Infinite that much, and that's probably the most accessible Halo game right now because it's free and it's easy to get to. I really like MCC, but with Halo, the nice thing is that we could play cross-platform on multiple devices because not everyone has a PC and not everyone has an Xbox or whatever. So that would be interesting to do, but again, I don't know. I kind of want to be a little bit distanced from Halo. I don't want to be the Halo guy or the Halo Lego guy, you know? But I would be open to it if I really felt like it. Just, it's been a while. So I'd be really bad. But that's okay. Because it would just be for fun. It's on all platforms. Instead of having to start parties cross-platform, the game has an inbuilt game system and everything is cross-platform. Oh, that's nice. So you can play with everybody at the same time. Okay, not bad. Is it like what kind of game is it? Is it an FPS game? War Thunder. I'm going to look it up. Okay, chat. What is War Thunder? War Thunder. Realistic military game. It's free to play from 2013. Nice. What kind of game is it? Is it like a strategy game? Let me see. Okay, I'm not looking at the comments right now because I'm trying to figure out what kind of game this is. But I'll be back. Realistic military vehicles, online combat. It's free to play. Oh, it's an MMO game. Okay. That would be fun. Definitely something to consider. I would try it. If we could get people on board. It's like World of Tanks. I do remember World of Tanks. Yes. World of Tanks was a thing for a while. Also, this just flipped for some reason. Let me fix that real quick. Unflip. Hang on. All right. I don't know why that flips. That's weird. Needs to be like this. Now you can see the whole setup behind me. Weird. Hang on, chat. We need to figure out why this is flipped. It's not supposed to be that way. Interesting. Huh. All right. I might just have to rotate it. Let me bring it down to where it's supposed to be. Like that. All right. Again, work in progress right here. Let me rotate everything on the computer. And you guys can look at my fanny. There we go. It might make the picture quality look worse, but don't really have a choice for that one. It's not quite where I want it to be either. That's decently solid. Let me see if I can stretch it up a little bit. For OBS, this has been, again, like I said, this is a work in progress. But it has been a little annoying to work with, having to connect my phone this way. But hopefully in the future we can make that work. All right. That's going to be the best we can do, I think. That looks better. I don't know how long that's been flipped. Okay, back to it. You had a Halo Mega Bloks phase, and after that was done, ended up putting them in a box because, unlike Lego minifigs, they don't stick to base plates well. I have had some minifigures or figures from Halo that have just broken after I pulled them out again. So that's not fun. I don't like that. Let's see. I'm not liking the way that there's... Okay, that's better. I feel like that's fine. We'll leave it like that. But yeah, a lot of the Halo stuff just doesn't, like from Halo Mega, it doesn't hold up super well. Neither does Lego, really. I mean, cracks and stuff happen quite often, but I feel like buying lights for Lego sets. Soccer Edits recommends buying lights for Lego sets. I've actually considered that with the new UCS set that I just barely built and may or may not reveal in this stream. I just don't know if it would be worth it for like some of the smaller sets, especially if you, as you said, they're can be expensive. Or are you saying they make expensive sets look good? But lights would be cool. Yeah, I like my Halo stuff. I still have it out. I still have been making videos, at least since before I stopped making videos on this channel like a few months ago. But I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed in the way that they've handled everything that's been going on. Also, how do these connect? Oh, okay. I see. I see what's going on here. There we go. Two little eyeballs. 5 years. First thing, after 5 years collecting Halo Mega is over. Crazy to think it's been collecting for... Yeah. I've been collecting Halo Mega since the beginning, since 2009. So, what is that? 17 years? That can't be right. 16 years, I guess. Wow. Jeez, that's a long time. Holy crap. That is a lot of collecting. But, yeah, I would agree. I think it's done. I think Halo didn't quite bring back the people, the community. Oops, I built that wrong, I think. That it needed to. See, did a built wrong thing. You don't like the Flood set, Soccer Edits? That's surprising. I really liked that one. The one from Halo 3. I thought that was pretty good. But, yeah, I think it's done. And I'm ready to start moving on from it. Maybe not completely. I mean, I still like Halo, the game. But as far as, like, the actual sets and stuff, if they start releasing more things, I probably will not buy them. I don't think I'll get rid of my Halo stuff yet, because I still, like, it's just a part of my childhood, part of my life, and it's a huge part of it. But as far as collecting again, I mean, I don't even think they'll release any new stuff. And Mega, if you guys don't know, the Mega brand, or I guess, yeah, it's still Mega, owned by Mattel. They lost the Pokemon license to make sets for them. And you can still find them on shelves. They still have it. I don't know when exactly that ends. I think later this year. But Lego beat them out. I mean, Lego does a bunch of other Nintendo stuff. So for me, I was like, it's only a matter of time before Mega loses that. Especially because I know they don't sell well. I've seen them on shelves. And, yeah. I just don't think that they will sell well. $70 for 400 pieces. I agree with you that it is a little bit expensive, but I think I really like the new figures and the new molds that it has. They're not exactly how I would have done them with the Elites, but I think they're pretty good. But I do agree it's a little bit pricey. I bought it when it came out for full price, but if I were to buy multiple of them, I wouldn't buy it unless it was on a really deep discount, which gets into my point again that I know they're not selling well. At least maybe not the Halo stuff. Not really sure how those sell. But I know from my time working at Target that the Pokemon stuff just doesn't really sell super well. And there's some things that do. Like the Pokeballs, when it's a new series coming out, people will buy a lot of them, especially resellers. But the actual sets themselves, I feel like I just built this wrong. What did I just do here? That one looks... Nope, I just built both of these wrong. There we go. Anyway, they sit on shelves. They sit on shelves and then they go on discount, and even then, people will still don't buy them. They're, from what I've seen, it's a lot of kids buying them, which makes sense. It's Pokemon. But for Lego, they figured it out. They know how to get kids to buy their stuff and adults. And the adults have the money to spend on bigger stuff. So I'm not surprised that Pokemon from Mega didn't really do well. And it's interesting too because they made some really good stuff. Like they print everything, which is awesome. I don't think Lego's going to do that, but maybe. I hope so. But the Pokemon from Mega has great designs. It just Yeah, I don't know. Just isn't stuff. Keep the stuff you love and get rid of the stuff you don't like. Then you can rebuy some of the Lego Star Wars stuff you got rid of. That's actually not a bad idea. I would consider doing that. Yeah, like Halo 5 and Halo 4 stuff. I don't even care about. All of my Halo stuff is sitting in boxes right now or in large bins. And I like the stuff. I don't want to get rid of all of it because some of it has some sentimental value, but I definitely would consider getting rid of some. So you guys know anyone? I'd rather not have to sell them on eBay and pay all those fees. I might end up creating my own space to sell them. But that's a topic for another time. Before then, I'll be buying a Pokedex and a Charizard because Charizard is my favorite. Charizard is the best Pokemon, hands down. Like, there's no argument. So I'm with you right there, 100%. Charizard is freaking awesome. And I think that's going to be one of the first Pokemon that Lego makes. And people are going to go crazy for it. Because it's Charizard. Charizard's the best. But yeah, they've got good stuff. Good stuff coming. I think Lego will do a good job with the Pokemon stuff. I don't know if it will sell super well either, because it's like, you know, a lot of Pokemon people, they're buying the cards, so why go out and buy Lego of it? I don't know. I think it's not a bad idea, but like with Lego Mario, for example, that stuff goes on sale all the time too, and yeah, I don't know, debatable. Luma Bricks. I think I've heard of that before. They make LED lights with cyberpunk sets. Oh, that's cool. Very interesting. $130 for 10 figures is steep. I've actually sold some of my Flood figures that I bought in a lot and that didn't need them for around that price range. They're expensive. Too expensive, I think, in my opinion. But they're good stuff. Also, I guess I opened bag number 3 because we're missing Commander Fox from bag number 3. But I think here's my bag of figures. This is the bag I brought when I moved. Do what the lazy eyebrow reviewer did and make your own multi-use website where you can sell stuff. I think that's what I would like to do. I'm just trying to figure out what the best, because I can code HTML, a little bit of JavaScript, but I'm not super great at it. I've made a couple websites. I learned as much as I could from college courses and things, but I don't have a ton of practice. So I could try to make something on my own. I have once before, but it didn't have all the functions that I need. And then I also need, if I want to sell stuff on a website, like a payment option, and then something that can, a form that can be submitted that will take all that information. And so I've been looking at things like Shopify and stuff like that, which just makes it all easier. But I haven't decided anything yet because the last few months have been kind of crazy. But anyway, this is the bag that I brought with me. Only these figures and some Halo ones, another bag just like this, came with me when I moved. And that's what I made videos on for a few months until I was like, okay, I ran out of ideas. Oh, I just dropped some more figures. Okay, if you can guess what figure this is, I'll give you, I don't know, what do you want? Shout out? Shout out if you can guess what figure I just dropped. Let me see if I can find Fox still. It's so hard. When I brought these back, I used to keep them all pretty, like, in pretty good shape. Like, they would stay together in the bag. I didn't move it much. But the plane destroyed these guys. They are just annihilated, and I cannot find our freaking Commander Fox anywhere. I'm seeing red, but no, not Commander Fox's helmet. I see Commander Fox is kind of red and white, huh? You know what? I may not have even put him in here. Now that I'm thinking about it, he might be in another bag. All right, we'll have to find it later. Anyway, enjoy the massive figures. And no one guessed, but this was the figure that fell on the floor. It was a 212th Trooper. HGC, yes, I am live. I think it would benefit to keep your life private. I agree with you. I don't share everything about my life, but I'm generally an open book. There isn't anything on the internet that is too crazy for me. But I appreciate the concern. I just like sharing a little bit about myself to connect with you guys, and so you can get where I'm coming from. Do I go look for the Commander Fox, or should I just keep going? Let's see. Bag number 3. It's right here. Oh, yeah, I taped this one. Duh. Yeah, soccer edits. The Mega Halo line just... Even like, on Mega Halo Reddit and other places like that, it just doesn't have a lot of traction anymore. Yeah, it's kind of done. Okay, I can't sit here and not grab the Fox figure. I'm thinking too much about it. Let me see if I can find it. All right, I found it. Fox has been found, ladies and gentlemen. This is my bag I keep of my most expensive figures. Like this one, the the brown beard Qui-Gon Jinn, which somehow became expensive after I bought it. I've got myself the ARC Trooper that I use in my videos all the time. That guy stays in this bag. This is a special bag. Okay. Fox has been found. 2010 was your fave when Halo Heroes Mega dropped. I don't... Was it in 2010? I feel like they made them later than that. I don't actually know. I didn't buy the first few lines of Halo Heroes until later. My Fox has a scratch on it. That's really disappointing. But we're going to pretend that it's new. All right, let's keep going. Racing time, fellas. Yeah. I think the Halo Heroes line was one of the best things to come from Mega. I think they had a really good system going on. But they kind of just wasted it, I think. They stopped making them, at least they stopped making them super available. And that kind of made life not very good. I bought an entire case of them months ago. It's been a while, just so I could get the figures, because I didn't know if they were actually going to come or not. Yeah, the series doesn't really have a lot of attraction to kids. It doesn't have any attraction to anyone who doesn't really know Halo, which I guess makes sense. But I feel like Star Wars Lego, for example, or just Lego in general, can attract to a wider audience, even if you don't know what the series is about or what it's from. And for Halo, it just... I don't know. They could have just handled it a better way. I don't think there's any one person to blame, personally, for how Halo has been altered and ultimately kind of just left in the shadows a little bit. But definitely there were some players in there who influenced Halo to become something that people don't really care a ton for. Yeah. You recently strategically transferred equipment to an alternate location, a microphone, so I could make tank documentaries on your YouTube channel. That's sweet, Mr. Tank Enthusiast. That's awesome, man. I want to see that. You should start... I know that you've posted in the past on our Discord. For those of you who haven't joined our Discord, you should. It's awesome. But post some of those. That's awesome. The newer clone troopers are not that good quality. A ton of Phase 2 clones from 2005 and perfect no cracks, while the newer stuff that I have owned have arms, torso cracks. You know, Bone Crusher, I actually have noticed that too. I have a that's gonna take too long to find. But I have multiple clone troopers who I haven't like stressed to their pieces or anything, or done stuff that I feel like would make them crack. And they are cracked already. Like my commander or Captain Rex has cracks in it. It has cracks on both the arms. And people are saying that it's because I put the plastic comma on him. But I don't think that's the case. Because I agree with you. I had the same thing happen with a couple other figures too. Like another just plain white Phase 2 Clone Trooper from the Battle Pack. That one's cracked, and I never put anything on that one. And yeah, something's going on with the quality of plastic. I agree. I don't know what it is exactly, but not a happy camper. I still need to contact Lego about that. I think they'll send replacements for figures that are still like in production. I don't know though, because their customer service is good, but it's not amazing. I've had them refuse me sometimes with things that were like blaringly obviously wrong, and they didn't care. But you never know. I like to see the good in people sometimes. Building some canisters. Helldivers figure. I've never played that game, but I have heard. Oh no, chat. We did something bad. Oh no. This, you probably can't see it. I put this in wrong. The handle is on the wrong side. Oh, there we go. Okay, that wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. Whew! Crisis averted right there. Putting these boxes in. You've been writing a script and everything. That's awesome. That's sweet. Sometimes I like to write scripts. I think it helps, but sometimes I'm really bad at it. So that's great that you're starting off like that. It's awesome. All right, how are we doing? Since people are willing to pay for Lego Star Wars, they've been cheaping out on quality. It's easier to replace non-printed parts than printing parts. Yeah, probably. I think there have been some instances where Lego has gone out of their way to make more money on Lego Star Wars by any means necessary. So I'll agree on that one. But I do think that there are people, I'm sure there are, within the Lego company, whether it's the designers of Lego Star Wars stuff or those who make decisions, who genuinely care about the people and the products that they create. They want them to be good. Just like with any company, there might be some who don't do that, but there are always at least a few who actually genuinely care. It's just we've got to help them get their voices heard too. Yeah, but I see what you're saying, and I agree. It hasn't been amazing all the time over these past few years, but hopefully things will change for the better, and hopefully I can build this correctly. Okay, let's see. I forgot to put on some pieces. I don't know how I ended up doing that. Let's put these there. That doesn't look like that's gonna work. Oh, I guess. There we go. You keep your figures' legs apart so they don't crack. That's not a bad idea, Soccer. I think that for me, I used to be of the mindset of I want to make sure that everything holds their value so I can eventually sell it. And I'm still kind of in that mindset, but more so I'm like, I just want it to be cool and look cool while I have it. And if it breaks, it snaps, then it's like, okay, I'm okay with the loss of money that just had of my Lego net worth. Because I used to keep everything in like as pristine condition as possible, and when stuff would break, it would stress me out, insanely so. And it wasn't my favorite way to go about collecting stuff. I would rather just have something cool to have something cool, and then if it's not cool anymore, then either it's broken or I can sell it. Yeah, but not that what you're doing is bad. I think saving your parts from cracks is a good thing, especially if you want to keep them for a really long time. It's just sad. It's sad that we have to avoid the crack. But things don't last forever, do they? Also, oh, never mind. I was like, did I build this wrong again? No, I just missed a couple studs. Thank you, Giselle. I'm glad you liked the mindset. You have the old snow troopers are awesome. I used to have a ton of those back when they were easy to get. I love that they have a connected backpack. I wish that... Hold on. There we go. I wish that Lego did that. I think the new ones, the helmets look better. Like with the wavy, I don't know, chin, I guess you can call it. They look good, but I really like the old ones just because they have that connected backpack. They make it more interesting. And the backpack is like just sweet. Like it's awesome. But then, you know, it's hard to put them in seats or whatever. So I get that standpoint of people wanting it different or Lego changing it because they're like making it easier to play with. Yeah, everyone's got their own ideas for changing stuff. You want to keep them longer? Yeah, if you're going to keep them for, you know, how long has Lego Star Wars been around? 25 years? Wait, no, 26 years. Since 1999. So if you want to keep Lego Star Wars figures for 26 years, which I actually have some from that long ago, and they're not cracked. I have a Qui-Gon Jinn from that time. Or these ones are that I keep in the bag. They don't have cracks as far as I know. This OG Han Solo from the first ever Desert Skiff set. He's in prime shape, and I have not been nice to him, really. But it's got the brittle brown and the swoopy hair, the flat hair. Those are the days. Those are awesome. But yeah, if you want to keep Lego Star Wars figures for a long time, you do have to take care of them like that. All right. Put this on here and here. There we go. Their golden ages are gone. I hardly see any Halo sets on shelves, and Lego Star Wars is more towards expensive sets that are shrinking every new release. I agree with you on the golden age Halo Mega stuff. And the prices and shrinking of Legos Star Wars is fairly obvious. I think they're actually, if you guys know, I'm sure you do. If you know about Lego Star Wars, you probably know who M&R is. He in his latest. What does he call it? I forgot what he calls it, but his series where he is Q&A series, he actually talked about how Lego sets are shrinking and why he thinks that is. I'm pretty sure it was in his latest video. But basically his reasoning was that Lego has certain price points to hit. And so they have to make the sets smaller or the price will be bigger. Because if you look at sets from like 10 years ago, the inflation rate for the US dollar would make those sets way more expensive today. And so if they want to make the same build, like the U-Wing, for example, they've got to downsize it if they want to hit the price point that they want to make. So the sets have gotten expensive. Agreed. But I get what they're trying to do. And at the end of the day, it is a business, so they have to make money. That's the goal. And so I see what they're going with. But it is tough sometimes, especially for longtime fans who have those older sets and they look at the new ones and they're like, oh, that's like way smaller. Okay. Yeah. But I see what you're saying. I also feel like with Halo Mega, they're in a different spot. The expense, they are a little bit expensive, but I feel like they just gave up. Like they just stopped trying, you know? And that to me is sad because I know that there were a lot of people there who really loved working there and designing and doing those things. But after Mattel bought them, I think they did worse in my opinion. Ooh, right now we're building the handle, which I don't like. I'm not a huge Handle fan. I like Handel's ice cream. If you guys have heard of Handel's ice cream, delicious. But Handle on a Lego set, not a huge fan. Just because they look weird and they take up space. But I get, play features again. You might start a stop motion with Mega. Now that is a good idea. Stop motions with Mega, I feel like, are some of the most creative projects I've seen on YouTube. Because you can move the figures so well and pose them in just like action figures, almost, pretty much. I think that they always end up looking really cool. I did a stop motion once and it was terrible, but it was fun just to do. But I like stop motion. Good luck with it. Soccer Edits, I believe in you. You got this. More into... I didn't even know G.I. Joe... I knew the Squid Game thing was a part of Mega's new portfolio, but I didn't know they were doing G.I. Joe. That's interesting. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need that. Okay, this goes through... Oh, we're dropping. All right. Clearly, I did something wrong. All right. This goes here. And is there nothing that connects the handle to anything? I guess not. Feels so wobbly. That goes on top of there. It's like they're not doing Phase 1 clones as much because if they don't get the Clone Wars style of helmets design right, then people won't be happy. The recent clones that they did, I mean, recent is probably not the correct word anymore. Not recent, but the most recent Phase 1 clones from that set that they only released in LEGO stores. That was like a figure pack. I loved those. I thought those were awesome. And they looked super clean. They just didn't make enough. Oh, I built it wrong. No. These need to flop down, I guess. So I only ever bought one of those. I found them at the LEGO store once. And never again. There we go. That's our handle, folks. Handle. Why does it look that way? Because it's a handle. I just wish that you could cover it up. That's all I'm saying. Also, it wants me to put things in here, but I don't know exactly where. There we go. Oh, okay, I'm seeing. I see what's going on here. I just can't get the handle to be in the right position. There we go. Okay. If Mega was cheaper, you'd buy more. Mega goes on sale quite often. But yeah, their prices could be lower, I guess. It'd be nice. Some of the new stuff has gotten kind of expensive. Compared to Lego, it's like basically the same, like the new Warthog or that stuff. So if you buy it when it's not on sale, then you're like buying, and the quality's probably worse than what you could get with Lego. Not all the time, but sometimes. The new pieces, they've started using different plastic for pieces again. I noticed building the elephant a long time ago, like a year ago-ish, year and a half ago, that the piece quality is worse again. It's stiff. The pieces are stiff, so they're not as breakable, I think, but they feel stiff and like they're going to... They hurt your thumbs when you build it, which I don't like. Okay, we're up page 63. We are... I thought we were halfway. We're not even close to halfway. We've got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going. Mega's had quality problems with the bricks themselves, and Lego's had quality problems with printed minifigures. Yeah, I'd say that makes sense. Mega's paint jobs on their figures are always really good. I mean, maybe not always, but usually pretty good. Like, most of the figures I've gotten from Mega, especially recent years and the more expensive ones, are awesome. Lego's figures are great, but because they're smaller and they are in a more of a... They're a stylized shape. I think it's harder for them to get all the detail in it that they want. So they have to have really, really good artists in order to make sure that they can put things in as much in there as they can on the figure. most of the time. Sometimes they don't quite hit the mark, but probably for themselves, they're proud of it, which is good for them. All right, building top now. This is always my favorite part of the gunship, the wings, the floppy wings. Those are the best. We got that there. Couple of bricks. Nice. I've bought one Speed Champion set before. I don't know where it is. I think I may have just given it away. But I do like the cards. I think the cards are cool. They're just not my thing, I guess, is a good way to put that. Also, should I have combined these yet? I guess not. Oop. That fell off. They're gonna wait. I think it will connect like this. This is small. I know. This is small. That's tiny. I expected a little bit bigger. We'll have to wait and see. But at the end, I'll compare it with my favorite gunship that I have here in the corner of the desk. But it's somewhat small. I'm surprised at how small it actually is. All right, more dots. What is your most controversial opinion on Lego? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if I have a most controversial opinion on Lego, Giselle. Other than I don't know. Most of my opinions are fairly flat when it comes to Lego. I'm trying to think of a good one. Also, I need a brick separator because I just messed this up again. See? This is our fifth mess up today. I don't really like... I think Star Wars minifigures are some of the worst minifigures in all of Lego. That might be a controversial take. Not necessarily that any of them are bad or that I don't like Star Wars figures, but I just think that they do a better job with other figures. Like the Disney ones are very... I made a video about this, so this is part 2, I guess. The Disney ones are very awesome. And they are very much made... I can't get this off. There we go. Made with the fans in mind, I think, and they look really good. They always have detail. They always go the extra mile. Like, for a quick example, is this built wrong? Something's not right. What did I do wrong here? Oh, wait, duh. There we go. For example, I have this Magic Mickey here that I think came in those minifigure CMF packs. It's got printing all the way around. The head mold is awesome. It comes with this broom, which is just a broom. But this is sweet. This is cool. Why don't Lego Star Wars figures have this much of detail? Like if we compare the two, there's just a big difference between Padme and this guy. And I know a lot of Star Wars figures don't really need this much detail, but I feel like Disney always goes, or the Lego Disney group, whatever, always goes the extra mile to make the figures awesome. I also really like Lego Minecraft, and not a lot of people do. So that's another hot take, I guess. Little Denny, Battlefront 3, absolutely yes. We want Battlefront 3. It needs to come. It should have come years ago. Battlefront 3 for the win. I love it. Unless EA makes it, then I don't want it. Am I missing a piece? There it is. It was dropped. Battlefront 3 they actually started making one way back in the day when I think TT Games helped make it. Now I don't remember. But they started making a Battlefront 3 and it was in initial stages and then someone stopped it. Don't know who, I don't know why. Maybe that was when Disney bought Star Wars, bought Lucasfilm, because I guess Lucasfilm, the game company, was working on it. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened with that one, but Battlefront 3 absolutely for the win. What if Lego never made it out of Denmark, and what if Halo Mega Bloks was the definitive brick company with Halo and Star Wars licenses? I actually made a video, a short kind of about that. What if that happened? And it's an interesting what if. But I don't know if Mega really has had what it takes to get to the level that Lego has in terms of revenue and quality. So maybe if they were the, Lego company, the brick building system, the first one, then maybe they would have dominated and made some amazing figures. But they just, they wouldn't exist without Lego. That's one interesting thing to think about, is Mega would not exist if Lego never did. Okay. This goes that way. Wings have been built, kind of. The floppy parts where they can rest on have been built. Looking good. We're looking good so far. I feel like we're making good progress. We're getting there. I feel like we are in a Lego dark age right now. The Marvel sets aren't movie accurate. I haven't done much of the Marvel stuff. I've built maybe like 2 or 3 sets of Marvel, maybe even less than that. And I know that they used to be awesome, especially the figures. They always include a ton of figures in the set, and I think that's one of their ways of getting people to buy them. But I know that some of them aren't movie accurate. It's hard to be accurate with everything going on. Lots of movies, lots of stuff. I feel like, do you like the Battlefront Lego battle packs, and would you prefer they made more? I love the Battlefront. It got leaked recently, the OG Battlefront 3. I thought it got leaked a long time ago, but maybe it was just recent. But I knew about it years ago. And I was like, oh, that would be awesome, but they're not going to do that. Yes, this is a video that I'm going to make soon as well. But I would love to see more Battlefront stuff coming from Lego for a few different reasons. I can't get this piece to connect. I put the wrong thing on there. Number one, I think Battlefront has a lot of awesome designs for different, what's the word? Different places, different areas of Star Wars, especially Battlefront 2. Battlefront 1 has awesome designs as well, although I haven't played that as much. But I'm talking about Battlefront 2, the OG one, not the new one. Although I do like the new one a little bit. I like the old one better. But that one has, I'm thinking of the Coruscant temple, like the Jedi temple or Felucia. Things like that are in Battlefront 2 with really awesome designs of the surrounding area. Because in Revenge of the Sith, we really don't get to see the Jedi temple much, like that main courtyard that's part of the build in, or part of the structure in the second Battlefront. So things like that, I think Lego would do wonders with if they were to make sets like that. It would be super unique too, but also something that I feel like a lot of people would enjoy. As far as a new Battlefront game, I'll talk more about this in the video I make soon, but absolutely 100% yes. Lego, if they made a new Battlefront game, I think Lego would make sets coinciding with that game, no doubt. Because Star Wars right now, there isn't a lot going on. I mean, we had Andor recently, and Lego made a few sets for that, but not a ton. The Acolyte happened. I never watched it. I'm not going to watch it. I wasn't interested, but they didn't really make sets for that either. And there's the Grogu and Mandalorian coming out in a year, but are people really excited about that? I don't know. I mean, it's cool. I really liked the Mandalorian, but they kind of ruined the story in season 3 anyway, so I don't know what they're going to do with that. But Lego has a unique opportunity to make sets that have never been made before because there is less content going on right now in Star Wars. And I think Battlefront sets are the perfect example. From the 501st Battle Pack, the second one, not the first one, not the original, but the second one that has all the specialty troopers, that's straight from Battlefront 2, the new EA version, EA Battlefront 2. And those are pretty great. I like those figures. They're not my favorite figures ever, but they did a good job and they represent the game well. So imagine if we could get figures like that from all of the games. And I think with Legos leaning ideals kind of leaning more towards making sure adults buy their stuff and kids, that they might be a little more lenient in adding stuff from games that are maybe T-rated versus, only PG. I don't really know Lego's stance on that because they just made Cal Kestis, but he's just, that one-time figure inside the Star Destroyer. But things like that, it's a violent video game, but Star Wars is a violent show. Like it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not really sure what goes and what doesn't for them, but I would love to see it from the games. I know that was a really long ramble, but that I like about Disney canceled Battlefront 3. They also canceled Star Wars Detour, sadly. They had season 100% complete. Dang, that's sad. Yeah, so it is confirmed my suspicion of Disney canceling Battlefront 3 when it was ready to go. It would have been amazing. And I think now that EA doesn't have full control over the Star Wars games, or at least that's happening soon, or it already happened, I'm not sure. One of the two. But their contract's ending. I sincerely hope that we get to see a Battlefront 3 made by a different company that is reminiscent of the original two, which are just classic games. They have not been topped that yet. They've started making Order 66 stuff, and that's pretty graphic. Kind of, it's still PG-13, but who knows what the executives at Lego are trying to figure out here, or what they're willing to make and what they go no on doesn't really make sense to me. The complete saga rather than the Skywalker saga. And some people remade the Jedi Temple map from the OG Battlefront 2 for the EA Battlefront 2 with mods. That would be interesting. That's my favorite map of the whole thing, I think. Especially when I play a CIS, because you get to have Darth Maul and you can just mow down clone troopers. It's awesome. But I'd be interested to look at the mods of some of that stuff. I've never been a big mod person, but if I could play that OG one. I don't love the movement in Battlefront 2, the new version, as much as I do the old one. And I don't know why. I feel as a Jedi, when I'm playing as a Jedi or Sith in the old one, I am top dog. I'm the most powerful person on the map. But when I play the new one, I don't know. The movement feels weird to me. So I don't love it. But I only played it on Xbox, so maybe that could be a reason why. I prefer the complete saga as well over the Skywalker saga as far as Lego video games go. I think the complete saga is more... What's a good word? Maybe it's just more my taste. I mean, everyone's got their own thing. Some people like the other one better. I love the complete saga, partly because I grew up with it, but also it's just it's such a fun time. It's a fun game. And the levels are fun. I'm not an open world fan, so that doesn't really help with the Skywalker saga game. Yeah, I don't know. I think Complete Saga was a masterpiece. And I also have that on Steam too, which I would consider playing as part of our game streaming if we decide to do that again, because that would be pretty fun. But yeah, I like that game a lot. That's one of my all-time favorites. It's super fun. And it's complicated enough that you can, enjoy it as someone who maybe has a little more experience with games, but it's also not too complicated to where anyone can pick it up and play. Whereas the Complete Saga one, or not the Complete Saga, the Skywalker Saga one, that one is very complicated, and I will never 100% that game. I also don't like games that continually have add-ons and stuff. Again, it's kind of cool, but also I want to buy the game and just have a complete game again. Is that so wrong? The OG Star Wars is realistic with brutality. OG Star Wars is it's not always family friendly. It is it's PG, but it's it's got some stuff. It's got some stuff that you don't want everyone to see, maybe. The main inspiration from Star Wars, World War II and the Vietnam War. Yeah, I mean, we've got like the stormtroopers being or Darth Vader, or the Empire being a powerful, oppressive regime. I mean, stuff like that is fairly. It's not something that like as a kid I realized that it was a thing, but for some people, you catch on. You're like, oh, okay, this is real for a story. Yeah. Lego isn't consistent with their ratings. I feel like that CW TV show is way more violent than the Jedi games and Battlefront games. Yes and no. I agree with what you're saying. That they aren't super consistent with how they decide to make their products. Like what goes and what won't go. Which is kind of what I was hinting at, I guess. That like some stuff they're super open with, and I think when it comes down to it, I think it's just mostly money. I know Lego has morals, and I'm sure a lot of, and they have their own vision. I'm sure that a lot of the people in the company know that vision, so they try to adhere to it. But at the same time, the vision sometimes doesn't make sense when you're like, why are you making a set of this, but you won't make a set of that video game? You know, like what's the difference between the two? They're from the same IP. I don't know. I haven't tried Republic Commando. I have watched a lot of videos and like gameplay of Republic Commando. I think it's available on Steam, and I probably should play Republic Commando because that would be pretty fun. But no, I haven't tried Republic Commando. I would like to in the future because I've heard amazing things about it, and I've seen awesome things about it. I think that game is similar to the Battlefront games, the OG ones, in as it's like a Star Wars game for the ages. It's awesome. So yes, I haven't played it yet, but I would consider. Definitely consider. Okay, I have an extra piece, I think. Let's see if I put it somewhere. Okay, I definitely forgot to put this piece somewhere. But where? Why does this happen to me? Okay, let's see. Not there. Not there. Lego doesn't just add a random extra piece, you know? Not there. This one's from a while ago. Oh, I know where I forgot to put it. Except there should be two. Right here. I only have one. Weird. Wow, that's as far back. Okay, that's no wonder I didn't use it. Because it's missing to begin with. I'm missing this piece right here. Oh. So we're not going to talk about that. Just pretend that didn't happen. I built this perfectly, and I never missed a piece at all. Not 30 pages back, so yeah, nothing happened. Don't worry about that. Okay. Oops. Not the figures. Let's put this bad boy on. When the next Halo drops, the Mega Halo line is not going to be dead because there will be more new sets, but the COD line is still making actual games. I don't know. I'm sure it's possible. I just haven't seen from the new Halo studios anything that I find super promising that I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be something crazy that will revive the game. I've given it too much hope over time, and now I'm just like, oh well, you know. Halo can be done, and I'm happy with the time I spent playing it, I guess. When they first made Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars, it was only a few episodes, and episode 2 they did for that game if they went back and made a complete Lego game on the Clone Wars. Yeah, I wish they would have done... I know it was only a few episodes in, like they made the movie and then there were a few episodes. And then they made the Clone Wars game. But I loved that game. That game was also super fun. The Complete Saga I thought was a little bit better, but that game had huge battles, which was so freaking cool at the time. That was awesome. I wish that we still would have gotten that. Another release of that one. That's bag 7. Bag 5, here we go. That game was awesome. 100%. I will always remember that game. All right, chat. Bag number 5 is a go. We're still doing good on the table. And the stream is solid. Brickbell Animations, hello, welcome to the stream. Recolor it. What are we talking about? Recolor what? Recolor this? It's too late. It's too late for that now. I'm already too deep into this. I can't just make it a new color now. The last what? Now I'm confused. What am I recoloring? I'm happy to recolor something. All right, first pieces on here. We're doing solid. It's autocorrect. LAAT. Oh, there you go. I think they should do a recolor. Don't worry though, I still have my OG one. The red one, we're not done yet, so I can't form a full opinion. But I think it's cool. It's unique. It's different. Not something that we see every day from Lego. But also, that's kind of the downsides because, like, you know, you don't see it every day. So make one that people have been asking for about a long time. I really want the one with the face on it in the front. That's kind of blue. That would be awesome. That would be such a fun build with the figures from the 2003 Clone Wars miniseries, which I have on DVD, by the way, because I'm that awesome. That would be sweet. Done. I don't think Lego's ever gonna make that, but I wish they did. I think that would sell really well because sure, a lot of like younger people may not have ever seen those, but that would just give people an incentive to go watch them. They're probably on YouTube now. Those episodes, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure you could look up the episodes and find like clips of them, but they're so good, and those clone troopers are so awesome. The ARC troopers, and the regular ones too. That's just a good series. Mini little series. All right, sticker time. This is going to be the hardest part of the stream, everybody. Sticker time. Oh, hang on. I didn't put a tile down yet. Oh, it wants me to put the sticker on the tile first. All right, moment of truth here. Is it going to be straight? Likelihood is low. Oh, boy. Here we go. Yeah, not bad. That's not bad. For my usual sticker job, that's not bad at all. Usually it's a lot worse. All right, I'll take it. Well done, me. I'm surprised. I'm surprised at how good you just did that. All right, more Lego. They haven't done any sets from 2003 Clone Wars miniseries besides Anakin's custom Jedi Interceptor. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did that one, and it had the OG Ventress in it, too, and it had the Anakin. That Anakin is awesome. That's one of my favorite Anakins. Never had the set, but I know what you're talking about. They should do more from that series. It was a good series. And these days, any of the figures from that series, people would see it and be like, whoa, this is awesome. There's so much detail. But they're not doing it right now. You just bought a DVD copy of Episode 3 from the flea market. Found out that if you put the DVD in an Xbox, you get a demo of OG Battlefront 2. Really? I did not know that. I'm assuming you probably have to put it in an OG Xbox or maybe an Xbox 360. But I had no idea that was a thing. That's a good idea. But technically, Battlefront 2 came out like right when did it come out? It came out in 2005. I think it came out right when the new movie happened, or maybe even before it. So if you bought the game earlier than that, then you might get a spoiler. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I've paid for Battlefront 2 several times. Okay, it wants me to put. How does this go on? Oh, okay, there we go. In the front, and that slots in there. Oh, that's tight. I want to go in. Ugh. That's weird. These pins. I can't get this pin right here to go in. I don't want to break it, but I feel like I'm going to break it. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, that should not have been that hard. Nice. Solid. Looks good. First little side done. In The Mandalorian, the Boba Fett was a clone trooper. The Boba Fett was a clone trooper? Well, I mean, technically Boba Fett is a clone. If that's what you're saying. Yes. He was a clone trooper. They did it for a couple of movies. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that was a thing. The figures they made are for the series that were not well articulated. Yes. I'm not sure what you're talking. Bone Crusher. I'm not sure what articulation figures you're talking about. But yes, agreed. Maybe. I miss the Clone Wars. Not so much. I liked the TV show, but I didn't watch the whole thing. There's some episodes I've never seen before. But I miss the like, just the clones in general. They're awesome. Okay, hardest part of the stream. Part 2. Actually, these stickers, these bottom ones, these two tiny ones, those are going to be the hardest. But the squares can be difficult at times. Okay, we're going in, folks. This is it. Woo, whew. Whew. That's pretty good. The print is like misaligned, I feel. Or I just mess it up. Good enough. Looks fine. Please print these, Lego. Please. I want prints again. Just pop these on. Same deal. We like some repetitive stuff sometimes. The 2003 Clone Wars miniseries figures were not well articulated. Huh. I don't really remember what the articulation was like on those figures. But I do remember them looking really cool. The clones from the other Clone Wars series did have some I felt like were kind of stiff sometimes. They're still, I have them right here. Like Cody, for example. He's an OG clone from that era. He just feels a little stiff to me. And he's cracked, which I didn't know. That's new. Sad. But yeah, he feels a little stiff. And sometimes their helmets don't stay on super well. But that's kind of how all Lego helmets are these days. They just don't stay on super well. No elbows, no knees, only head, arms, legs, and maybe waist articulation. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's kind of lame. We like articulation in this channel. I built that wrong. Wait. I'm not. What's happening? No, I am building that right now. This can just go over here. Yeah, that's right. I'm skipping ahead on our set, and I don't even. Ugh, this cough is awful. I don't even care that I'm skipping ahead. 'Cause I think that's right. Anyway. Ugh. That got a little out. That's good. I can talk again. Nice. Wait. It says I'm putting a piece on there. Oh. We don't want to forget that. Don't want to forget the pieces. They also made figures for the 2003 Clone Wars in 2007 as well. They made the Anakin when he has his chest tattoo and his destroyed hand. I don't remember that one. But that's cool. Okay, second side done. Kind of. I mean, this part. I wonder, the OG one has something in here, but I'm pretty sure this one doesn't. It might just be an open bay, which is a little sad, but they got the angles right. That's what matters. Okay, we are at page 109. We are officially a little over halfway done. That's, I guess not. It says on the book, not quite halfway. Padme is not quite on the other page, but I think we're halfway done. That means the stream is halfway over, folks. It's halfway over, which means we really got to make this special for the last half of my welcome back stream as we build this thing up together. But that also means that a small break is coming soon. Won't be too long. It'll probably be about, but actually, we might not be able to take a break. I just realized that I don't have any music set up on my new computer. I built my old/new computer to stream, and I just rebuilt everything and started everything from scratch. So I don't have what I need, and I may not have any music that I can freely use. So maybe no breaks. We'll see. I don't know how close we are to the camera turning off, though. Fingers crossed that it does not. You're talking about the Hasbro figures. I figured. Yeah. After a while, I understood. I used to buy I don't know if they were Hasbro. Pretty sure they're not. But the figures from the Clone Wars, the action figures, those ones were articulated well. I loved those so much. I had Captain Rex, Commander Cody, all the Jedi. I had ships. I had a gunship. It was awesome. Okay, sticker number 3, people. Sticker number 3 is going on. I need everyone to be silent. Dang it. It's sideways. Well, kind of. You can kind of see it. It's at a slight angle. You probably can't see it in the camera. Maybe you can see it in this one. Unfortunate. But it is what it is. I'm bad at putting stickers on. I don't have enough practice. It's fine. It's fine. Now the back's done. Oh, I just remembered that the doors on this one, there's only 2 doors, one on each side. This doesn't look too small now that it's like slightly built, but it looks smaller than. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I know that then the price would be higher, but just like slightly larger than this, would make this awesome. I like Lego sets that are close to minifig scale. Okay, now we're halfway. We are officially halfway with bag 6. There's 10 bags total. I feel like we've done most of the building, though. Built up our structure pretty much all the way now. Okay. 1 clone trooper coming up. We have ourselves a brand new state-of-the-art helmet, hole, and all Coruscant guard clone trooper. Here, I should probably hold it this way. Ding. Nice. He's looking good. Solid figure to go with the rest of our guys. Not my favorite figure ever, but I think the Coruscant guard gunship makes sense to have some shock troopers in there. But I think in this set they're not called shock troopers. They're called Coruscant guard troopers or something random. Maybe. But it's the exact same role. I could be wrong. I'm not actually looking at anything to tell me that right now. So I don't know. Lego inflation has been crazy recently. I remember the 2014 Star Destroyer that retailed for $100. The new one retails for $170 or $160, I think. But yeah, Lego prices have gotten more expensive. But if you look at the inflation which I know isn't our favorite thing to do. It kind of makes sense what they're doing. I feel like Lego knows that they can't make things too expensive or people won't buy them, but they also know that they can make things that are kind of expensive and people will still buy them anyway. So it's like a double-edged sword. Okay, built, completed, little side build. Now we're going up here, getting a little bit of that. Ooh, look, a print. We love that. The classic control panel. Oh, and that's broken. There we go, chat. All right. Now's the time. After this bag, I'm going to see what I can do about the music. If I can't do any music, I'll just have to have it be known. But I'm going to take a very slight, small break because I'm getting hot and I need some water. I'll drink some water, maybe cough, not on camera, and then I'll come back. And it'll be lovely. And I'll be refreshed and ready to go. Because again, it's been a while since I've streamed. So I need adequate breaks. Do you like the Rebuild the Galaxy sets? Little Dini, that is a great question. I do like the Rebuild the Galaxy sets for the most part. I think that the Rebuild the Galaxy series is pretty cool. It's unique. Not something that Lego has done a ton. As far as like stuff that is just wild, like you'd never see ever. But at the same time, I don't love all of them. This is built wrong. I really like the black Millennium Falcon. I think that's my favorite one. But I don't like the swappable, what's it called? The swappable TIE Fighter and X-Wing. I get what they're trying to go for there. It's fun. You have wings that can swap between different builds. I just think it's kind of dumb. Which probably isn't a great way to put it. It's just not my thing, I guess. That's what I'll say. It's not my thing. I don't like it. I can't see myself ever wanting to buy something like that. I'd rather have a full-fledged X-Wing, full-fledged TIE Fighter, something good. Or like an X-Wing versus TIE Fighter that you don't flop the wings. Because I feel like it makes it look worse. But I really like the Jedi Bob too. I have Jedi Bob. And I really like the black Millennium Falcon. Especially with that white Vader and the... Dang it. Another sticker application gone wrong. It's not that bad. It's just not good. Not bad, not great. I also really like the Darth Jar Jar in that set. I'll get that set eventually, I think. But unlike most people, Lego YouTubers out there, I don't have a ton of money to spend on Lego yet. So I can't buy every single set, so I have to pick and choose which ones are going to end up getting reviews, which can be difficult at times. But the reality is, it's just fun. We're just fun. We're having a good time. Sorry, that was a long-winded answer to your question of the Rebuild the Galaxy sets. They need to make smaller ones to get into those sets. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I've never watched the Rebuild the Galaxy show, so I don't really know what else is out there. I made a hot take when I was first reviewing the Jedi Bob Starfighter, and everyone got mad at me for it. I don't like the Clone Trooper Akbar. That's one of my least favorite figures that was included in there. I just think, why not make it a figure that can have a helmet? And then you could have included the helmet. But instead I have this Clone Trooper body with no helmet and an Akbar head on it. I didn't like it. Not what I would prefer for that stuff. So if they did make smaller sets, I feel like we would get more of those things, and I probably wouldn't be the person that Lego would want to sell that to. How about that? I feel like those are definitely geared more towards big Disney Plus fans and kids. Soccer edits. I like Disney World too. Kind of. I used to like Disney World more, but these days, it's the expense thing. It's just so much. But I just went recently, a little bit ago, to the Disney Aulani Resort on Oahu. And that resort was pretty awesome. Food was not great. I would not recommend going there for the food. So if you're gonna, it's just incredibly expensive, and it's not up to par with what I think other Disney food is. Like, I think there's some Disney places in Disney World that are really good, and the Aulani Resort tasted like resort food that you can get at an all-inclusive, like somewhere in the Caribbean. So from that standpoint, definitely wouldn't go there for the food. But the atmosphere and everything, it wasn't super Disney. Like, I'm not a huge Disney guy, but the actual atmosphere was very welcoming. It was very respectful of the island, which was awesome. And it had a lot of, like, just unique architecture and elements into it that I haven't ever really seen before in a Disney place like that. And I never stayed at a Disney hotel before, so that was my first time. I've stayed at Disney. Let's see, is that right? I've stayed at other Disney places, like in the cruise ships, but I've never actually stayed at a Disney hotel/resort until then. But it was awesome. I highly recommend. Have I played Battlefront VR? It's a contractor's mod, but it adds battle points and heroes, and basically what people want from Battlefront 3. No, I haven't ever played that before. That's another thing that I'd be interested in. I have a VR under me right now. I have an Oculus Quest that I got a few years ago. I don't love VR. It makes my head hurt sometimes, but I definitely would consider playing it if I could have fun. Okay, I feel like I didn't put a piece down again because I have this extra 2x1, and I feel like generally 2x1s are used. But I don't know where it would go. I feel like I use them all. I can't tell. It might be. No? Yeah, whatever. I'm leaving it. I think I used it all. It is what it is. We'll just throw it in there somewhere. Dang it, now I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about it, though. Let's see. Could it have been in this part? Above the control panel? Maybe? Oh, I found it. Why do I keep doing this? There we go. Part has been successfully placed. At least I know that I'm missing one, right? At least I know. Galaxy's Edge is amazing. I really like Galaxy's Edge too. The lightsaber building experiences was awesome. Feels like you're in Star Wars. The Rise of Resistance is my favorite ride. I like that ride too. That's probably one of my favorites also. My problem with Rise of Resistance, I've only ever ridden it like 3 times, but it was just really hard to get onto. Like, because you have to wait in the long queue. It might be different now that it's not new, but when I went, it was new. But that's a really great ride. I also love the Millennium Falcon one. That one is awesome, especially when you go with at least 4 to 6 people. You have enough to fill out the whole like section, everybody, and that's super fun. I also really like Disney World just as a whole over there. I think it's great. But oh, I'm missing something again. Maybe. No, I'm not. But it has its ups and downs for sure. What is happening here? So you slide this. Oh, okay. There we go. Ta-da! I have built the. I have it right here, actually. I've built the droid before. I built a BB. I've used it in some of my videos. It's kind of dusty now because I haven't touched it in a long time. But when I went, the lightsaber experience was full. I didn't make a reservation beforehand because I didn't know that you had to do that. I wasn't, part of the Disney crowd. So that was really sad when I got there and it was full, and I was like, I can't make a lightsaber. What? That's what I wanted to do. But then I heard, although that it's cool to make the lightsaber, that they're not actually that great of quality from Disney. And so I was like, all right, fine, that's cool. This is awesome. This has worked pretty well. It's kind of broken now, but it hasn't always been that way. When I got it, it worked really well. And it still, I think, functions just kind of weirdly. But personally, I think the build a robot thing is more fun because you can kind of walk around the droid depot and it's a little more engaging. Although I haven't done the lightsaber one, I've seen videos of people doing it, so maybe it's better than I thought. And I just am salty that I didn't get to do it. But, example, Exhibit A. This is a lightsaber right here. Yes, obviously. And I think that those kind of lightsabers, the NeoPixel ones or other kinds that you can buy for cheaper than what you get from Disney, are better, in my opinion. But the experience is kind of what you pay for with Disney, I feel. Not so much what you get out of it, but it's the experience itself. The Star Wars ride with the Stormtroopers and Kylo Ren chasing you is so fun. Yeah, that's the one that's the Rise of Resistance one. That one is pretty sweet. I like I'm usually not good at drops, but I do like the part where you like drop out and fly away out of the ship, whatever. It's cool. I just wish that the entire Star Wars, like, what's it called? Thing, whatever it is, the whole theme of that entire Star Wars land wasn't all based on one show or one movie. I think it should be more than that, because Star Wars is a big thing. So rather than it being only about the new movies, I feel like it should be just kind of all encompassing. But it's still pretty cool. They did a good job. Okay. What's happening here? Oh. I need to put this on the other side? Huh? Oh, duh. I need another piece, I think, then. That I didn't put on before. You made an R2? Nice. Those are... I considered doing the R2 one, but I didn't do it. I had to go with the BB. There we go. Okay. Will I ever review the Halo Elephant? Maybe, but probably not. I've done reviews of some of them in the past, so I'm not sure exactly which one you're talking about. If you're talking about the OG Elephant, it's deep, buried in storage. And so that one I probably won't ever do unless I'm going through stuff and I just want to review it to get a review done of it. The new one, though, I have done a review of that. It's on my channel right now, actually. It's an older video, probably from like a year or so ago, maybe a little more. But I have to count these studs, make sure I'm putting it in the right spot. But yeah, go check that one out. I think it's pretty good. It's an older style of review that I made, so I've gone through some changes as far as like how I like to review things and what looks good to me and what doesn't. But I think you should get the gist. I feel like it's a pretty good review compared to what else is out there on YouTube. So yeah, that's the new Elephant, the one that you can still buy today. At least I think you can still buy it. I might have to double check on that one, but I'm pretty sure that you can still purchase it on Amazon. So I would recommend go check that out after the stream, of course. But yeah, HGC or HJC, go check that one out if you're interested in thinking about buying that Elephant, because that one I think is a pretty solid review of what's good and what's not good. And I talked about earlier how the pieces are kind of hard; they hurt your hands a little bit when you're building. But it's a fun build, and I like that it exists. So that's what matters. What you like about the Disney lightsaber is that it may be heavy, but it is the canon weight, so I like the accuracy. I've never actually held it in my hands, the one that you make by yourself. I do know though that they are supposed to be heavy, so that is good. Glad we've got some accuracy there. I'm more so of the like color and look of the lightsabers. is the reason that I like these ones better. And the fact that, like, this this is a light source to me and a lightsaber because I can take the blade off. But, sorry. But I can also change the color, which I don't think you can do with the Disney ones. And that's a big selling point to me, is being able to change the color. So for me, the Disney ones are the best for when you are in Disney World or Disneyland and you're like, I've got to have this experience. It will make my Star Wars day trip. Then you've got a good thing coming. I like the fact I made a Stormtrooper cosplay. That's pretty sweet. I like Stormtroopers. And it's not easy to make that stuff, so kudos to you. That's awesome. Soccer Edits with the Stormtrooper cosplay. Oh, I just broke something. Hang on. What happened? Wait a minute. I'm doing this wrong. I'm not even putting that on right now. Whoops. Okay, so push this all the way through. I don't even remember building this. Like, it's just here, and I don't remember building it. For some reason, though, it wants this to be out. Okay, let's see how this works here. So this part goes in the back with that going there. This is where I get lost. So this part, this doesn't make sense. Somehow, oh, I see. This connects in right there, right into that hole. And then you push this pin down to make sure that it stays. Oh, okay, there we go. I don't know, I can't tell which hole this part's supposed to go into. I'm assuming that it's just supposed to go straight in. Oh, I have no idea. Chat, help me out here. Where is this hole supposed to go? I feel like it's supposed to be right there. Yeah, that looks right. How are we feeling about that? Does this look good? I think so. I think that's right. It's hard to tell sometimes with Lego instructions where I need to put things, but I feel like that works. Master builder right here. The fact that I made is, oh, your Stormtrooper broke? That's sad. In 2010, that's impressive. That's a long time ago. I wasn't making cosplays in 2010, that's for sure. The fact that you were, pretty cool. Why people can't just move the lightsaber super quickly and you have to do normal sword strikes. Is that because they're heavy or because they break easier? I feel like the Disney ones, maybe the Disney lightsabers, maybe have a little less quality than some of the other ones. But again, it's the build thing. You get to build it there, and you become a Jedi or Sith. If that's your thing, that's your thing. Building stripy now. I kind of like this little stripiness going on. But I feel like I am. Does this not come with a brick separator? I feel like sets like this that are this big usually come with a brick separator. Or I could just not make brick mistakes, Either way would be good. There we go. We got our little stripe going on there. Okay, next step, we need to flip the page. More stripies. Sometimes when I'm building Lego, I look at something, I think I'm building it the right way, and then it's the complete opposite, as we've seen. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. But we build our best, we do what we can, and then we make a door. This looks like it's almost done. I guess we only have 3 bags left. So we're almost done. How long have we been streaming? About an hour? Almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours of stream. This might be one of my longest streams. Because usually, or a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I was streaming. If you guys have tuned into my streams in the past, now some of you have, but not all of you, you might know that I've been streaming on and off for a few years at this point. But what we may not know is behind the scenes, sometimes my streams would make me really sick. I don't know why exactly streaming specifically would make me feel that way, but I would feel like super, super, especially while I was living far away on an island. I would get really hot, which I feel kind of hot right now, but I'm doing fine. Don't worry, I'm not feeling it yet. But I get really hot. I feel like just sick to my stomach, like I'm gonna throw up. And I don't throw up. I'm not a throwing up person. Maybe this is TMI, but I'm telling it anyway. And so for me, like, I just felt disgusting as I was streaming. So sometimes I would just have to end the stream fast, especially during. You may have noticed in some of my Minecraft streams, I did that a few times. And I don't know why it happened. I still can't figure it out. At first, I thought maybe it was because of my screen, because it was a curved monitor, and I never used a curved monitor before. But I don't know. Regardless of what it was awful. It was terrible. So I ended the stream quite often. Anyway, the reason I'm saying that is because of that and other stuff, I have been kind of put off from streaming for a while until I could get a better setup like I've got now. I mean, it's not perfect yet, but this is kind of where I want it to be. And part of that is also the reason why I haven't posted in so long. But if you guys are curious on why I haven't posted long, I can explain it, or you can go watch the video that I made. Either one. You recommend buying a lightsaber from Amazon. The experience is what you pay for. Can you buy lightsabers on Amazon that you build on your own? I didn't know that. But that would be interesting. This one, the one that I have behind me, was technically a sponsorship. It was a gift from a lightsaber company a video that I made on my channel. I thought it was pretty good, but I don't need more than one lightsaber, so I didn't do another sponsorship with them. And the video is good. I would suggest you find it. It's Becoming a Lego Jedi or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it has this lightsaber in the thumbnail. Anyway, that's why I have this one. Normally, I wouldn't buy a lightsaber. But if you can buy, like, lightweight ones make for cooler fights. The experience in Disney is what you're paying for. Yeah. This lightsaber is not light, but it's not super heavy either. I don't know how light, because I know there's combat sabers, right? There's a whole community surrounding lightsaber fights and all that stuff. I'm not a part of that community. Not because good for them. That's cool. But I'm a Star Wars fan. I wouldn't say I'm a Star Wars fanatic. Like, I know a lot of Star Wars. I like Star Wars. I watch Star Wars videos. But I'm not, like, overly invested into Star Wars itself. Also, I think I missed another piece somewhere, somehow. But I don't know where. But I have this one extra corner. Why does this keep happening to me? I think it's on here, though. Like, everything looks right. So what am I missing? Yeah, I'm not missing anything on this door, as far as I can tell. We got to backtrack. Let's see what we got here. Is it on here? No. It is not on this piece. Oh, it could be. It's on the front. Here we go. Gotta love missing pieces. That's correct. Okay. Back to it. That's right. Sometimes we miss stuff. We always do. It always happens. But we always come back. Get back on our feet. All right. The door is going on. Not my favorite door ever for a gunship. I wish that they split it in two, but I get that this is kind of a small gunship, so they couldn't really do that. But the look of it ain't half bad. That looks pretty solid. It just doesn't open the way that I would prefer, because you can't get in there really. Your fingers Can't really get in there. You have lightsabers for cosplays. I assume that's the kind of lightsaber not using for combat, but you're using it for show. But you know, there's like Star Wars conventions where you need a lightsaber and you need it for show. There's some really expensive lightsabers out there, but that are very cool looking. And I definitely, those lightsaber companies that make that stuff, I would love to talk to them about doing something with Lego and doing a partnership deal. So if you know anything, hit me up. But that would be way fun to do it. I don't know if could do a cosplay thing. I have a Jedi robe that I've worn once, but I don't know if I could go all out. That's a little too much for me. But if I could just play with the lightsaber and swing it at some Lego, that would be fun. Do I like the Jek 14? Oh, Jek 14 is canon. I didn't know. Since he's a character that has similar powers to Starkiller and kind of OP. I have seen the Jek 14 like short or whatever that was once, and I don't think I watched the entire thing. So I don't know if I'm the best person to ask for that, but that's cool that that's canon. Why? I don't know why that is canon. Because I feel like the Lego stuff is always kind of just secondary to everything else, but that's cool. I appreciate that. I like when companies, or I guess Star Wars specifically, acknowledges the fans from all the different brands of stuff, like the toy brands specifically. I feel like there are some companies that do not, or did it too late, i.e. Halo did it too late with Halo Mega. Nice. Got another panel on. It's looking snazzy. My favorite part is not done yet. The wings. We need one more. Okay, I'm not going to miss a piece this time. Because I know. I remember what I got wrong last time. That's the wrong piece. And we need... Oh. I feel like I missed that too. Maybe not. No, it's there. I'm just dumb. Ta-da! The $1,000 Darksaber is cool. You don't have it. That would be pretty sweet. To have a Darksaber. I don't have one. But $1,000 for a lightsaber, I just feel like... I don't know. That wouldn't be something that I would personally be willing to spend my money on. But then again, you know, I've spent thousands of dollars on Lego, and there's people who buy the lightsabers that would probably be like, dang, you spent that much money on plastic? That's ridiculous. So, to each their own, I guess. Max Grappa, oh man, is this Republic LAT. Looks so good. It does look so good. It's one of the best Clone Wars sets that you can buy right now, I think. Even though it's not my favorite gunship ever, I do think it looks really good. And I like the red for the most part. It's unique, different, something new and exciting from Lego. And most of Lego stuff is gray, like Star Wars stuff, so it does kind of give you a different color to, yeah, see. Mentioned in the official Droid Visual Dictionary, also appeared in the Freemaker Adventures, which is canon, which makes the Yoda Chronicles canon. Interesting. I did not know that. I'm not sure if I remember his story correctly much. I do remember that he can use Force Lightning. I wish that we got another Force Unleashed, because that was awesome. Those games were incredibly crazy, but also super cool. All right. This one's going in. Ouch. 2 more bags, people. 2 more bags in the chat. Your first Lego set you bought, it was R2. Are you talking about the newest R2 from this year, from the 25th anniversary, or the buildable R2 that was... I think that one might be still on shelves too, but that was made a few years ago, and then this one kind of replaced it. What's the first one? My first Lego Star Wars set, I don't really remember what it is. But it's old, for sure. Definitely old. I'm assuming, but I could be wrong, that my first Lego Star Wars set was from like 2005, probably. I know I had a lot of the 2007 Droid and Clone Trooper battle packs. So those were, and I had a bunch of the Rebel battle packs too, all of which I have since sold, which is sad, but you know, that's life. But that first set, that's what gets you. It gets you hooked, and then you never leave. You're a Lego fan for life. Or you hate it, and then you never touch Lego again. Either one of those categories. This new one for 2025. Nice! So you're a relatively new collector. Congratulations. I hope your wallet is okay. That's awesome. Welcome to the Lego atmosphere. I hope that everyone has welcomed you with open arms, because it's a great community most of the time. It can be a great community if you make it a good community. That's what matters. We need everyone who is new to be like you and to come have fun and enjoy the hobby like everyone else. That's awesome. But I'm glad you got that one. I don't have that set, so you have something up on me right now. They also made Padawan Menace mini movie canon since the events were heavily mentioned in a Han Solo novel. What's Padawan Menace? I don't actually know that one. Is that from? Well, I'm assuming it's Lego. There's a bunch of the Lego short films that I haven't ever seen. I really like, though. There's a Lego one that is what's it called? It's like Bombad Bounty or something like that, and it's Jar Jar running around like Star Wars, a whole bunch of different Star Wars situations, I guess. The animation style is weird for Lego. It's not something that most like Lego projects you would think as, oh, this is Lego. It's weird, but it's cool, and I think you can find it on YouTube. I'd highly recommend that one. After the stream, of course, you should watch it. It's funny because it's got Jar Jar like being a janitor in it and a whole bunch of stuff, but it also has like a lot of cool figures. The figures just don't look like Lego at all. They are not they are not Lego. They're something completely different. But it's kind of hilarious the way that they did it. So I'd highly recommend, if you haven't ever seen that before, to give it a watch. Because the stream's almost over. It can't last forever. All right. We're getting close on Mr. Door over here. You made GTA 6 Jason Duval in Lego. GTA 6. GTA 6 doesn't exist yet, my friend. But that's cool. I'll be honest, I have GTA 5, or I didn't buy it. I got it when it was free. My brothers used to play it. I never enjoyed. So I've actually never played it, so I don't know who that is. I know there's a bald guy who, or like he's balding guy, I guess. Maybe that's him. Maybe not. But that's great. I think the custom figures, keep them coming. We love custom figures. They're the best. You remember your first Lego set you got was a Lego Millennium Falcon Microfighter in 2014. That is an interesting first ever Lego set. That's kind of surprising. I don't think I've ever heard someone get a Microfighter for their first Lego. That's pretty cool. The Padawan Menace is when Yoda meets Han Solo as a kid during the Clone Wars. Oh. Interesting. I have not... clearly I haven't kept up on my Star Wars knowledge. I did not know that was a thing. But that's cool. Got some Han Solo going on. Never looked back since. I actually have this review coming soon. The newest Lego Millennium Falcon Microfighter. I've just never been a huge fan of microfighters. I like figures. I mean, I like sets, but I also really like figures. I like to buy sets that have figures so I can have both of them together. So that never was something that was super interesting to me. But that's That's a solid first Lego set. I respect that. There's a trailer? Really, there's a trailer for GTA 6 already. I didn't know that. They made a Han Solo as a child minifigure for the Blu-ray special edition of the Padawan Menace. Really? That's new to me. I have never even heard of that. Didn't know that was a thing. Han Solo as a child minifigure. Well, now there's a new figure for me to try to find. That's cool though. Do you guys watch the Lego movies and stuff? Is that like a thing that a lot of people watch? I didn't think that they were super popular. But then they're having like, you know, these releases at theaters and stuff, or they're having their own premieres. But I don't know. I've never really watched them that much, except the OG Bombad Bounty one, which I don't even know. I don't know how I came across that. I just happened to watch it one day, and I was like, "Dang, this is awesome." Microfighters have figures? Oh, well, I guess you're right. So I'm talking more about like the polybag microfighters, but I guess that microfighter would have had Han Solo in it. So yeah, like the microfighter, turbo tank, and that stuff. So I guess my argument's not great. I'm talking more about like polybag sets with microfighters, like I don't know where it is, somewhere in here. There was an X-Wing that came out, I think last year, that was just a polybag. It didn't have any figures in it. Obviously, this Millennium Falcon. But there's others that don't have any figures. But those OG mini builds, microfighters, those ones had figures. So I retract my position there on that one. Although the new ones, at least that come in these polybags, I wouldn't really ever purchase. Or like the AT, what is it? The AAT that came out. That one came out last year. That was it was Lego. It was, I think it was for May 4th. It was one of the gifts, just like this Millennium Falcon was. But things like that I think are cool, but just not my thing. Yeah, not my thing. I'd rather have a bigger build. But the microfighter's still cool. I respect that. The Lego Star Wars movies. The Lego Star Wars movies are interesting bits of Lego history. I feel like they don't, other than this new one that they just made, they don't really do them like they used to. I don't know if I built that right. I feel like they used to be like always short little things. And then they started with that one that came out, I think, a few years ago. That was, it wasn't Rebuild the Galaxy, but it went through like a time portal. I think it was Rey. It was the Christmas special. And Rey went through some portal, and through that portal she met Obi-Wan and Anakin, and she had to like, I don't even know what that was. But that one I watched, and I thought that was pretty good. But that was like more of a full-length sort of kind of movie, I guess. And I feel like in the past, Legos just made them and then uploaded them to YouTube, or something like that, where they're not really on a streaming service. But that was before Disney Plus was even a thing. Somehow we still have 50 pages, but we're just making the wings now, I think. But here we are with Palps. That Surrender Jedi Battle Droid edit. It's from the Padawan Menace. Surrender Jedi Battle. I don't think I have. No. I've seen a few edits of, Lego shows in the past, but I don't think I've ever seen that one. It's probably something that everyone else has seen but me. That's usually how things go. I don't know enough to know everything. It's funny. Well, I should watch it then. I like when Lego does funny stuff with Star Wars, especially because sometimes Star Wars is kind of a joke, but like people take it really seriously. So when they do something that's just meant to be funny, I like that. We like that. This is our last minifigure, everybody. Mr. Palps himself. This is my first Palpatine figure of the Clone Wars era that I have. I never got the Palpatine's Arrest when it was out, and here, I'll put it up at this camera, you can see it better. And I have never actually had another Palpatine figure other than that one, other than like the Emperor, but this is before that time. This is Chancellor. This is when he's a good guy, you know? Secretly bad, but good. All right, now we're building this thing. These Rolly engines keep coming at me. Okay, we're starting on the right side of our ship today. I don't know where the best place to put this is. Let's put it right. I'm gonna move this off the table slightly. There we go. That works. Let's put it on, everybody. Is this a long enough stick? No, it's not. This is the stick. This is the right. What's my favorite Star Wars? Glupshido? I'm not sure what that is. Little Deanie, I wish I could tell you, but I have no idea what that is. After the stream, I'll look it up, and I'll get back to you. All right, it's wing time, the best time. We're so close to finishing up, too. This is crazy. An entire set on stream, chat? That has to be a W right there. Never been done before by me. Probably done before by a lot of other people, though. Let's get ourselves some tiles. Oh, I love tiling. Tiling's the freaking best. Look at that. Look how smooth that is. Smooth. We like that. Okay. Let's keep moving. Keep on going. We're in a race now. We're trying to see if we can finish this super fast. Although, flag on the play. It looks like you connect. Do you guys see this? You like put the pieces next to it, but you don't connect them, I think. It's hard to... Like Salacious B. Crumb. It's an obscure Star Wars character that's like weird alien in the background that somehow has a name and a story. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think. There's... Well, now I understand the question, which is good. I'm just not a huge... Oh, duh. You connect it with that thing. I'm dumb. This is why we don't skip steps, people. A weird alien that weirdly has a name. Trying to think of what background characters I think are funny. From OG Star Wars, like from the original trilogy, maybe I'll do one from each. So from OG, I really like the the droid in the background of Return of the Jedi that is screaming, getting its feet. It's probably is weird that I like this part, but he gets his feet burned. It goes like that. That part to me is hilarious and always has been hilarious. I don't know why, because it's probably not good for that droid, but I thought it was really funny. So I'd say from OG original trilogy stuff, that is my favorite like random character that I'm pretty sure it has a backstory now. I'm not positive, but I'm like 90% sure that it does. Now that song's in my head. As far as the newer stuff goes, I don't think I have anything from the new trilogy of movies. I haven't watched them enough to really like have anything that I care about very much. But I'm trying to think of something from the recent, well, not recent, but the prequels. and like Clone Wars recent stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if I can think of anything. So it might just be that droid. That droid's hilarious. And I don't know if it has a story, but I'm pretty sure it does. But I can't think of a lot of aliens from the... Oh, actually, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. It's the Death Sticks guy. You want to buy some Death Sticks? I know a lot of people like that one too, but that's my favorite one from the prequels. The Death Sticks guy. That thing is... It's just so random. Like, why did you include that? I don't know, but is it funny? Yeah, I mean, hilarious. So yeah, the Death Sticks guy and the droid that screams. They should make both of those in Lego. That would be... I would pick up that set immediately. They should just make a pack of random characters that you've never heard of before, and like a little set that just includes like 10 characters, tiny build, $40, whatever, because that's just Lego pricing. And it has a whole bunch of characters, and they come out and say, yeah, we're never going to make these again, but if you want them, now's your time to get all of these random things. That would actually be not a bad set. Bone Crusher, you missed talking about my favorite Glupshido, which I don't know. My favorite random weird character from Star Wars that's just kind of in the background, but for some reason has like a backstory. Other than that, you missed completing this. Just kidding. It's not done. But the build itself is done. It looks better than I initially expected. I don't like this. I don't like the handle. It would look better to me if it was just all the way this way. Because you can pick it up from the side, from the bottom. It's small enough that it's like, you know, it's sturdy. I feel like I'm not going to break this. The other one I have doesn't have a handle, and it's way bigger and older. And it feels like it's going to break all the time. So I'm not a huge fan of the handle. But I do like the set so far. The wings, though, have my favorite and least favorite part. Soccer Edits, thanks for joining the stream. Bye. Have a great Saturday. I hope you have a good day. And have a fun time. Whatever you do today. Enjoy it. But thanks for joining. I've appreciated it. His name is Elon Sleazebagano, and he has a comic where he loses his family after getting clean from Death Sticks and joins the rebellion. That's hilarious. That's awesome. See, like, that's so random. Such a random story. But you know what? He's gotten off the Death Sticks. He turned his life around, and look at him now. He's doing more than Obi-Wan was doing. You know, Obi-Wan wasn't helping the rebellion. That's funny. I don't think stories like that really exist in a lot of other fan bases of just like random background character that becomes this whole full-fledged book story comic book line thing. I think that's funny. More things should do like that. I guess maybe Halo has some stuff like that, but I don't think so. It's all Master Chief. But that's okay. That's what we want. All right. How does this go on here? Done. This wing is looking snazzy. Like that. Yeah. Well, stop rolling. We're almost done with the wing. It's looking good. Put these on here. Oh, I feel like I missed stuff. No, I think I'm good. Right there. Okay. There also is another thing about these wings that I don't like. But we haven't built them yet. It's the balls, the windshields that are supposed to be on the bottom. I wish it had those. That I think is an unnecessary exclusion from this set. That has literally been on every other gunship. Why not put it on this one? I don't know. But that does make me a little sad. The wing still feels good though. It's very sturdy. I feel like this isn't gonna fall apart. I can't say that about a lot of the other gunships, I feel. Definitely not the one that I have sitting over there. But it's looking nice. Pretty solid. Solid construction. I'm surprised at how many pages the wings take, because there really isn't that many pieces to put on. Almost there, chat. We're almost there. To the very end of this build. Sad time for all of us. Also, I just put in a green piece, but they're already covering it up, so why even put a green piece? Sometimes Lego does things that kind of confuse me. Like, as far as color schemes go. I know sometimes it's because they want you to be able to see the parts and know, like, what you're doing. But that doesn't usually help me very much because I'm so bad at building. I wish I was better at building, but, you know, some of us just have different talents. And for me, building is not one of those. Ooh, but that roundness looks so good. We love that. Where does this go? Very end. Hang on, we're missing a piece. Nobody move. There we go. Found it. That looks nice. That rounded edge right there looks good. I'm assuming this is going to be part of the cannon thing on top. The whatever that's called. But usually, in the past, they have been like attachable stuff. Or detachable, so you could take the cannon parts out and just use those. It's not use them, but like take them off. So interesting new way of doing it. I like it. I like it. That's the wrong piece. We're almost at the wing. Okay, now we're at the part that I don't like. There's two things wrong with the wings. Number one is I feel like they maybe are a little small, but maybe they're not. Maybe they're fine. So really the biggest thing, Munchie just built this last night. Nice. It's a good set. I'm liking it so far. But I don't like what I'm building right now. This is the issue number one with the wings that I have. And it's the fact that it can't fit any minifigures in it. Now, I know that's not everyone cares about that, which is fine. But for me, that was something that I really loved about the original Gunship. Well, I guess, I don't know what the other ones are like, but my 2008 Gunship, my favorite one, has the option to throw a clone trooper, or just a figure in general, inside the wing. And they totally could have done that here. It's the exact same width that you need. It's still a it's 4 studs or 2x2. So they could have done this, I think. Maybe there's some logistical reason why that wasn't the case. But it looks cool-ish from the underside. I think I built it right. But then, because they don't add anywhere where you can actually put a figure, there's no incentive for them to actually put the ball turret thing, or whatever it's called, on top. So we get stuck with stud shooters. And I, as many of you may know, I'm not a huge fan of stud shooters. I don't think they're bad for, like, play and stuff. But just... Oh, I'm missing a piece. Never mind. Just for, like, overall design, I just think they stick out, kind of like a sore thumb. They're too thick for me. They just look too... I don't know. I don't know what way to put it is. But they also, because of the way that this gunship was designed, again, they don't turn. Which I feel like defeats the purpose of, like, designing it this way. You can't move it, so it's just this stationary stud shooter thing. I don't know. I don't love that. That's my least favorite part of the set, I think. And I'll talk more about it when I actually review this, now that I have it built. But I think it could have been a little bit better from that standpoint. Because if the other gunships did it, from my point of view, the Jedi, I mean, not the Jedi are evil. From my point of view, I feel like Lego should be trying to improve their past designs. And sometimes that means taking stuff away, but sometimes that means adding stuff and making it different, but better. And I think that in this instance, they took something away instead of adding something, and it didn't turn out great. It just was, it's okay. But let's see, Munchies. I just think they just went for it to be hecka sturdy rather than as playable, which can be a little disappointing, but there's some super cool mods for it. I get the sturdy standpoint. It makes sense, you know, because it's a bit of a smaller build, so you'd want it to be a little sturdy. I just feel like, uh-oh, I left out a piece again. Oh no, here we go. I feel like, yes, sturdy is good, but fun is better. Okay, here's where that piece goes. You know? But I see what you're saying. I would be interested to see what kind of mods there are for it. I've never been a huge modder of things. Like I kind of like the way that I just like keeping things the way that I had them, so I don't break them or mess them up. But in this instance, I would be open to modding it and taking a look at what that actually looks like afterwards. Because I know the pieces that I have for the ball turrets might work with this. But, okay, seeing it in person isn't... It's not as bad as it looks in the photos or on, like, online. I must say. It looks better in person, which I'm genuinely surprised of. I thought this would look really bad, and it's still not quite as good as I would want it to. But it actually, I'm liking it. I'm pleasantly surprised that it turned out better than I expected it to. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, streamers all around, stream watchers, this is our final bag. And our final time opening a bag on today's stream. F's in the chat for this build to be completed. But what a ride. What a ride it has been. Thank you to everyone who has joined in today. We're not done, but we're almost done. And it's been awesome. One time you forgot a piece for the Lego Death Star, and I had already put on the top floor. Ooh. That's tough. I forget pieces a lot, but every time I finish a bag, I always look back, as you can probably tell by what's been going on during the stream. I always look back and I'm like, okay, did I miss a piece here? Why do I have this larger than usual extra piece? And usually I can find where I went wrong, as you may have noticed today. They just there's people who have a whole recoloring pre-made shopping list on Bricklink with ball turret in the door and on wings. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know, that's funny that they're on Bricklink because Lego, technically, that would mean that Lego created a problem that other people fixed and Lego's profiting off them fixing the problem. That's funny. But that is interesting. I would consider doing something like that. Making an adjustment to this build. But it would have to be later sometime. If I wanted this one to match the original one that I have, or the 2008 version that I have better, then I might do that. I just dropped a piece. It was green. I think it's part of the stud shooter. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, stonks for Lego. They knew exactly what they were doing with that one. Maybe. I don't know. I wish sometimes... Maybe us Lego fans don't deserve this, but for me, I wish that sometimes Lego would explain why they make certain decisions. And I know they do that on, like, streams sometimes, or they'll release a designer explanation video, but they don't do that for every Lego set. And there are some changes that I wish were just explained in a good way, that it felt like more than just, yeah, we wanted to do this because it made it cheaper, you know? Because I like to see the good in Lego as a company sometimes, although I have been pessimistic in the past, and I still am working on not being that way. But for me, I just feel like, oh, there's got to be a reason why they did this the way that they did. And if they explain that to me, maybe I would be like, oh, okay. That kind of makes sense. I'll get on board with that, you know? Okay, how does this fit on here? There we go. And a piece right there. Nice. Nice. Gotta love the tiling. It's looking good. I'm kind of surprised this is not taking me longer. I feel like these sets usually take me a long time. I wasn't expecting to finish this on the stream today, I'll be honest. I thought that it would take me a lot longer to actually be able to get this done. So thank you, everyone, for having been supportive during this building time where I'm constantly messing up. Uh-oh, flag on the play. Wait, no, we're good. Kind of? I think both of these go here. Yeah, that's right. That's a solid wing right there. For the original trilogy, there is Wuher as a Glup Shido, the Cantina bartender. Oh. The Cantina bartender. I'm trying to remember who that is. I remember the guy who sings the... But I don't remember the bartender. Is he in the But I guess in the cantina... Oh, the guy that says, we don't serve droids here. That guy. I know what you're talking about. Everyone's coming up with stories these days. Uh-oh. Hang on. There's a piece on here that I'm putting on right now that I feel like I don't remember putting on this one. Oh, no. I did. I'm so good. I'm so good at this game. I knew exactly what I was doing. Ah, there we go. Lego Scratchy. Look at that. Scratchy Lego. It's all right. Battle Scars. Battle Scars for our fallen clone brothers. Piece. Where's that piece? Hang on. We're missing a piece again. Oh, found it. More tiles. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Tiles. We're almost done with the stream, and we're almost done building. I'll keep singing this song until we finish everything. Just kidding. I'm not going to keep singing. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We're almost done here. They gave him an entire backstory why he doesn't like the droids in a comic. Apparently some battle droids killed his fam. Ooh, that's a tough one. Those battle droids, man, they'll get you. That's what happened to my family. Just kidding. If I was in the Star Wars universe, I probably would have been friends with droids. They'd be the only friends that wanted to talk to me. And you guys, of course, all of you out there in the audience. Everyone who's joined in today. You went down a Star Wars rabbit hole one day and absorbed all the lore. Sometimes I do that. I really like watching Eckhart Slatter, if you guys know who that is. He's one of my favorite Star Wars YouTubers because I like his dog at the very end of his videos. But I do Star Wars rabbit holes every once in a while. And I watch a bunch of stuff. But I don't retain that information. It just whoosh, goes out in one ear, out the other. Okay, I'm actually missing a piece this time. I think. Chat, do you see on my desk right here? Oh, I found it. Never mind. Yeah, this is what it's like building Lego with me every time I build. I always lose pieces that are right in front of my face. That's just how it goes. Maybe I'm distracted. Maybe we shouldn't build distracted, but it's too late. I did see yesterday, speaking of being distracted and lore and things like that. Yesterday, I went and saw the last Mission Impossible movie ever. At least I think it's going to be the last one. I don't know. He said that it's going to be the last one, but he left it on an ending that I'm like, is that really the last one? I won't spoil anything. But if you haven't seen it and you're a Mission Impossible fan, or if you aren't a Mission Impossible fan, but you're like, oh, that sounds kind of good, watch the movies, especially the first one, but just some of them to get a feel for it. Highly recommend, because it was really, really good and such a fun movie. Like, it's full of action, obviously, like what you would want from from a Mission Impossible movie or just an action movie in general. But it was super fun. There were a couple funny moments, not as many as I expected there to be, but there were still like enough to keep you going. But it was action-packed the whole time. It's almost 3 hours, but it doesn't feel that way. It's one of those kind of movies where it's like, it's long, but then you finish it and you're like, dang, that's over? But it's really good. There's an awesome story. It seems like they put a lot of work into it. Highly, highly impressed with that one. So, if you haven't seen the new Mission Impossible, consider this your recommendation to go watch it, because it's pretty good. I would go see it again if I had money, but I don't. Just like I'd buy all the Lego I wanted if I had money also, but I don't. So I only buy the ones that I need. Actually, this one was a gift. Shout out to my cousin who gave this to me actually a year ago today, or a year ago yesterday. No, a year ago yesterday. My cousin gave me this set. It's taken me that long to finally get around to building it. But I didn't have the time. Oh, I put that on wrong. I did have the time to take the Commander Fox out of it, though, because he needed. You saw it a week ago? Your local theater did a premiere. The theater was packed. That's cool. I didn't realize, because my theater, for me, it came out Thursday, technically, and I saw it Friday. Like Thursday night, Friday morning-ish. But it's really good. I'm glad you've seen it as well. Our theater was pretty packed. It wasn't like insanely full like I've seen in theaters years past, like for Avengers Endgame or Infinity War, But it was full enough that you were like, okay, this guy's probably sitting a little too close to me, if you know what I mean. Or you could hear, you can like hear other people whispering sometimes. Usually, in the movies I've been to lately, that wasn't a thing because there was nobody there. But with this one, there were people there. But I think that also makes the experience of the whole atmosphere of the movie more fun that way, because then everyone's like, well, not everyone. I'm not a cheering person, but some people do cheer and they're like clapping, and it's funny. And that always is good. We like that kind of atmosphere. Because we like the cheering, we like the laughing, and it's a great movie. So again, if you haven't seen the new Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, you got to watch it. But you have to see the first one, I guess it's technically the part one. You have to see that before you go, or you're not going to understand the movie. Probably not. I mean, maybe you could get by with understanding it, but there's like people in it that you wouldn't know. Even if you'd seen the other Mission Impossible movies, if you haven't seen the last one, then there's like, you kind of have to go. Oh, and then there's the Minecraft movie incident. Do I even want to talk about that? I still haven't seen it. I really like Minecraft, and I was excited for the movie when it was announced and released. But partly due to the fact, I mean, there are other factors in place here, but partly due to the fact that the movie theaters were crazy during the Minecraft movie premieres or run, whatever. I know it's still in theaters, but it's like the $5 movies now on Tuesdays instead. But because of the craziness that was going on, I didn't ever see it. And I wish I did eventually. And I probably will once it comes out on like a streaming service or something. But come on, people. Why are you messing with the theater workers? Messed up. These people work hard, and they don't get paid that much. I mean, maybe they do now. I don't know, but I'm assuming they don't, because movie theaters don't make that much money. They got to pay the studios, the actors, so then the theaters don't really get that much of a cut, you know. So be nice to your local movie theater workers. The Minecraft movie, I've heard it's not very good, but that like, I'm not going to go see it with the expectation that it's going to be really good, if that makes sense. Like, I knew from the beginning, before it was ever released, that it wasn't going to be a good movie. From the initial first trailer, I was like, okay, when I go see this movie, I know what kind of movie I'm going to go see, and I'm okay with that. So you have to be okay with that in a Minecraft movie, and that's all right. All right, chat. We are pages, and I put this on wrong. Pages away. There's a post-credit scene in the Minecraft movie? Okay, wait. Don't spoil that one for me. I did not know that there's a post-credit scene. But that means that there's going to be 2, which is funny. So now I have to go see it. I can't not see it if there's going to be 2 of them. I need to know what's going on. It just kind of reminded me of Jumanji, but like with worse writing, in my opinion. The mid-credit. So there's a post-credit scene and a mid-credit scene? That's kind of crazy. La 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 lava. Chicken. Why does this seem wrong? No, I'm missing. There we go. I was like, I'm definitely missing a piece here. Ta-da! I will say, now that I'm finishing this up, final remarks before I review this on the channel officially. The wings go on much nicer than any of the other gunships I have ever seen. You're planning on getting this set next week? It's worth 110, and don't pay any more than that, I think. Just based on what I'm seeing right now. It's pretty sweet. I mean, this looks cool. It's not as cool as the other gunship that I have. I might go pull that out just so we can compare it real quick and then go. I like the other gunship better, but at Target it's on sale for 111 right now, I think. Yeah. I have it on one of my videos. I have a link that if you buy from, I get 5%. So if you should do that, it's on my latest video. Shameless plug right there. But yeah, you can get it for 110, and maybe even on Amazon it's on sale. Don't pay more than that, in my opinion. But that's pretty sweet. Okay, now that we're finished, let me grab the other guy, and then we'll be on our way. Give me 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. I promise I'm coming back. All right, everybody. Chat, this is my OG favorite gunship that I've actually built on stream before too when I broke it. You notice initially, we're getting rid of that now. The size is very different. You can see it on top, how big they are compared. Kind of on the bottom, not really. So you kind of need to look on the bottom screen. But the size of these two is drastically different. One thing I know, obviously, that this looks like it's missing. Let's see. The Commander Fox in the set is definitely worth it. If you don't have that, it's a figure that I think will go up in value, even though people don't love the helmet holes and everything else. I feel like, and, you know, the printed on waistcape, I feel like it's going to go up in value eventually once the set retires. The old one looks a little dated compared to this one. It's not quite as smooth. It's got larger stickers on it, which cover, I don't think they cover multiple pieces, but they cover more area. So from that standpoint, if you hate stickers, this one's a little bit better. There were not as many stickers as the UCS set I just built a few days ago, which we're still not going to talk about what that is yet. But size-wise, this is certainly smaller. It doesn't have the double doors like this one does. So obviously, if you open it, you can open from both sides. This one also included an extra speeder bike in there, which is just a small little build. But also in the front, it has an opening hatch where you can pull out a little command center, which looks like that. Little things like that that this new set doesn't have, as well as it has a back-to-tank in this part here, which I can't get out, but it has a clone trooper in there and it fits one, so you can put him in there and deploy it as you please. But with this new set, it doesn't have any of those things, but it has some of the space in order to use them, if that makes sense. Which is this right here. So it has the same things that you can lift up. There's not as much space to actually get your fingers in there, but there's enough space where you could put like a weapons rack or something that Lego maybe could have used that space up, but they just decided not to. So yeah, full review coming in a few days, maybe in a week. But overall, if you can get it for 110, I think it's probably worth it. It's definitely going to retire this year, so get it while you can, because I don't know when they're going to make another Gunship. I mean, the last one before this one was in 2013, so that's 10 years between Gunships. Maybe they won't wait that long again, but they waited 5 years from this one to the 2013 one, so you could wait and see what happens. But overall, it's a really good set. It just, it doesn't have the bald turrets where I can throw a minifigure in like with this one. It's just like, easy like that. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have double doors, but it functions as a pretty cool looking Gunship. And it looks better in person. If you look at it on the box and you're like, that looks bad, or even in the video on here, if you're like, that looks pretty terrible, it's better in person, I must say. It's better than I thought it was going to be. So, wait for that review. Thanks so much for joining the stream today. But it's been lovely. Yeah, 2013 or 2008 Gunship are definitely worth it. If you don't want to spend over, $200 to get something like this, this is it for sure. 100%. And it's still a Gunship. And it's got similar colors. It's just red. I'm assuming they'll make another white one eventually. But yeah, I'd say it's worth it. Even though I got it as a gift, I would have gotten this for myself, I think. And the figures in it are, while not perfect, pretty good for $100. You could do worse, I think, for a Lego set that expensive. Just don't pay more than 110. And between this and the Lego Dark Falcon for 150, which is more worth it? Well, this one you can buy for 110. So if you want to save $40 and go with this one, I would say probably dang, if you had to pick between the two, I'd probably go with the Gunship. The Millennium Falcon is something that's remade really often in Lego, more often than the Gunship, and so you could get away with getting another one. That Dark Falcon has a lot of cool figures that will never be released again, but this one has 3 exclusives so far: the Padme, the Palpatine, and the Commander Fox, which I don't think will be remade in the same style ever. So from that standpoint, I feel like probably better value for the money you're paying is going to be the Gunship until that Dark Falcon goes on sale. But for now, yeah, Dark Falcon for me, when it goes on sale, is around $150. So it depends on if you're getting sale prices or not. But yeah, that's in the US, so it depends on where you are. But that's going to be it for me today, everyone. It's been a pleasure having you guys. Thanks so much for joining today on this live stream. Don't forget to check out the channel. If you're not subscribed, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below and comment, follow, do all that good stuff, because I love having you. And you can dislike too if you hated the stream. Tell me what I should do differently. But I appreciate you all. Thanks so much for watching. And this is Mr. Woody signing out.